0 points.
Gronk got nothing.
Gesicki got 27 points. But anyway, off topic.
Don't start Gronk.
No, don't ever start Gronk
Drop
right now.
him. Look at me. Everyone watching, drop him.
Welcome back, guys, to another brand new episode of Ethan and Mike Sports Show. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I'm Mike. Guys, it is good to be back. Ethan, it seems that we have some special guests with us this week.
We do indeed, Mike. You know how it's Dolphins season, as always. But to introduce our guests today, they are from the Clowntown Sports Show. They are Joe and Higgy, representing the Clowntown Sports Show. How you doing, fellas?
What's up? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Always appreciate it, man. I remember the time we were on your podcast, long time ago now.
Great episode. Great episode.
Great episodes. We had some crazy ones with Mike in there. Still had that Bills incident, Mike.
I was just about to bring it up.
You know he was going to bring up. You know I was going to bring that up.
Freezing cold takes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But just before we start talking about today's episode, I just wanted to say our sponsor today is Thrive Fantasy. So what is Thrive Fantasy? Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports app that has tons of players. They've given out $1,300,000 in prizes since they operated since 2018. Today is a great way to start because there is NFL this week, week 3. So you can choose 10 out of 20 players for your lineup. You use $20 or more when you use our code Ethan and Mike, and you get $20 back, and it's a win-win for both. So what are you waiting for? Prop up today, or go on thrivefantasy.com. Now, let me just talk about Clowntown Sports. How did it all start out, guys?
Yeah, so during quarantine, obviously, my buddy, Kagan, one of our co-hosts, was like, hey, you just started a podcast. And usually the things that he tells me, I just goes one ear out the other. But I'm like, hold on a second. Like, that's a great idea. So we did it because we talk sports literally every second we hang out. Me, Higgy, and Kagan, right? We're very good friends, best friends from home. We talk sports every second. So why not, make a podcast? And it just took off from there. It's died down a little bit because we went back to college, and hopefully we're getting back going. But it's just tough we all got our own schedules now, so it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel that. I was like, where's Clowntown Sports? They haven't posted since the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Football season's back.
It's been tough. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
especially since football's back and everything.
Yeah. I know, dude. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's just it was a lot, right? It's a lot of work, as you guys know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's not just let's go have a podcast. It's a lot of off-screen work.
Always.
So,
there's always off-screen work, the editing process, everything, man.
No, everything, posting, literally everything, getting guests. It's a lot of stuff.
But it's always great to record it, as always. Trust
It
me.
is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's the funnest part of the podcast, just recording it. It's the fun, and bringing on guests. That's always the fun part, to get different perspective. So
100%.
And just talk about what we love, too.
Yeah, passion. It's our escape.
The waiver wire, week 3 now. We're going to start off with the quarterbacks. So I'm going to start it off first. So this is who I really think should be very interested in your fantasy right now. I would like Mitchell Trubisky. I think the Bears will be very interesting to play. Mitchell Trubisky has been doing pretty good in the past 2 weeks now. He did good with the Giants, and he did good with the Lions, although it was a late game. But I would trust Trubisky. Trust in the Mitchell Trubisky in that game.
He's been stepping up. His job's on the line.
100%. That's where we do for Trubisky. Next, I say Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott did very impressively against the Falcons, even though the Falcons did choke that game. I really still see Dak Prescott against Seattle. Every time Dak Prescott plays Seattle, it's usually really good games there.
Yeah, true.
I really think Dak Prescott will do pretty good against Seattle later that day on Sunday. And then the surprise one I really have is Joe Burrow against the Eagles. I think Joe Burrow will do something against the Eagles. The Eagles have been struggling on offense plus on defense, but I really think Joe Burrow will step up like he did Thursday night against the Browns, I really see him as a sleeper. But I want to go to Mike on who he thinks is a sleeper for quarterbacks first.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go with another rookie who I thought did really well last week. Justin Herbert from the LA Chargers. He was listed as the second string before the game. Next thing you know, during pregame warmups, Tyrod Taylor, his ribs are hurting. He leaves the game. Justin Herbert gets the start. He goes out and he lights up Kansas City's defense out of nowhere. He made what one of the top defenses in the league look like, whoa, this kid has something. And he does. If you guys look back at him while he was at Oregon, school's all-time leading passer, MVP of the 2019 Rose Bowl game. So he's got the stuff to lead a team to win. So keep your eyes out for Justin Herbert this week.
Great pick. It's still mine.
That's a great pick right there. What do you guys think, Clown Towns? What you got for us?
I got Tannehill. I think Tannehill's a great waiver wire pickup. A lot of people don't like him because they expect, just him to hand off to Henry. But he's shown that he's actually been throwing. And I know A.J. Brown's kind of been out of the picture, a little injured. Hasn't been really been getting his targets, but he's been throwing it to his other guys, right? He's tight end, Corey Davis. Mm-hmm. He's been getting some solid fantasy points, and I think that they're going to have to rely on because their defenses are now realizing how to stop Henry a little bit, right? You've been seeing that he's kind of low on fantasy here and there, and the stats are way less than last season so far. So he's got to throw the ball in order to win. I think that he can easily do that. I think he's underrated, and I think he's available in most leagues. Easy pickup for your backup and then possible start.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I don't know. I kind of like Minshew this week.
Like Minshew?
Yeah, he's been pretty good lately, and I'm sorry to say I think it's going to be a close game tonight.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Me. For Minshew is good. I think he's going to get 3 touchdowns. He'll satisfy fantasy players as well. I know as much as me and Mike will hate that, but, Minshew is Minshew mania. The running backs now. So I'm going to start off with Mike, actually, this time. So, Mike, who do you think will be a waiver wire for running backs to start this week?
Okay, so I'm looking at 2 of 3 guys. If you guys haven't picked him up already, I recommend you do. Jaguars rookie running back Cameron Thompson. He's going or Thompson, I think is his name, right?
Yeah,
Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson, thank you. So he's been picking up lots of yardage in the trenches and bouncing it outside, and he's making smart, high football IQ plays. He's able to see the holes where they're at, and he's just one of those like athletically talented backs. So I'll be looking out for him, especially tonight because our boys are playing him. But also, I'm gonna be looking at Ezekiel Elliott this week. Even though he's probably been drafted by most people, Dallas gave him the ball a lot last week, and he showed what he could do with that, especially with his new "Feed Me" tattoo on his stomach. But so he picks up a lot of yards. He can give you good, hard, tough plays, and he'll be there for you. So if I'm looking at fantasy this week, I'm looking at Chris Thompson and Zeke.
Good. Yeah, some good ones right there. Clown Towns, what do you think?
Higgy?
Well, for running back, I kind of like Melvin Gordon this week. They just lost their quarterback and Cortland Sutton. They're probably gonna run it a lot against Tampa Bay because their D-line isn't too good. So they're gonna run it a lot, and I think he's gonna get a lot of points.
Yeah, especially Melvin Gordon, especially since they lost Cortland Sutton for the year. I think that would be a good person to put at running back. But this is what I feel that people should put in their roster right here. So Joe Mixon, I really think Joe Mixon is going to bounce back, just like how Burrow is going to be against the Eagles. I think Joe Mixon, I know he's been struggling in fantasy for a little bit for anybody that has Joe Mixon right now, but I really think Joe Mixon will bounce back this game. I think he will get a touchdown for certain for this game. So expect Joe Mixon to bounce back today. And then I got Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders for the Eagles. Miles Sanders, I've been preaching him all off season. I think, especially since he went off 90 yards on the run against the Rams. So I think Miles Sanders is going to be really good. And then we got David Montgomery from the Bears. David Montgomery has been surprised with the Bears.
Yeah.
Because usually for the Bears running backs, it was like Kohan. Everyone was looking at Kohan for fantasy, but it's really Montgomery is everyone's been sleeping on. So I really think Montgomery will be nice. If he's still on the waiver wire, I will get David Montgomery in that situation.
I like that. Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I always have him on my bench in fantasy, and he always gets like so many points because
Right?
I should put him in. Like I need to put him in.
You just gotta trust in your gut. That's what I always tell people. Always trust in your gut about that. But that's a very sneaky one. If he's still in your league, I will get David Montgomery. Then we're gonna go into wide receivers now. So wide receivers, I'm gonna start this one off. So I'm gonna go Corey Davis for the Tennessee Titans. Tannehill really likes Corey Davis. He's a targeted number one. I think he's the number one wide receiver as of right now for the Titans. Besides A.J. Brown is out right now. Tannehill really likes Corey Davis as of right now, and I think Davis will do a nice game for them against the Vikings. So that's gonna be very interesting. And then we got Mike Evans. I really like Mike Evans this game against Denver. He's gonna go off. Tom Brady will actually score a touchdown this game. I really say Mike Evans is gonna be doing good. But then I'm gonna switch to Clown Town. Who you guys are looking for at wide receiver? If anybody's struggling.
I think for the waiver wire, and it sucks because he's playing now, but Keenan Cole is a great option. DJ Chark is hurt. He's been getting 15 points a game, and he's available in 50% of leagues. That's the stat that I saw. So I think he's a great pickup, even if, obviously he missed a deadline now. But for next week, too, I think Chark's out for a couple weeks. I also think that Traquan Smith is a great pickup on the waiver wire. He will be available in your league. No way. Like, he's probably available in like 99% of leagues. He's going to be a great pickup because you saw Sanders didn't do well. Breeze is going to start throwing the ball. And I think Smith is really going to get in that zone and be that wide receiver too for Drew Brees. So,
and Mike,
yeah, I like Jerry Jeudy. I don't know. He's probably picked up in a lot of leagues, but I think he's going to get a lot of points again with the Broncos. And also Christian Kirk. I think he's a good waiver wire pickup right now. I think they're going to start passing it a lot more with Kyler Murray because they know his arm strength and they know he can toss it downfield, and they're going to throw Christian Kirk in every once in a while and get some deep throws. So
I like that pick. I actually like that pick. How about Mike? What do you think about wide receivers?
This is interesting for me. So I'm actually going to go with another rookie over here. He plays for the Steelers. A lot of you don't know him. His name is Chase Claypool, alumni from the University of Notre Dame. He played really well last week. He was able to keep his balance and stay in bounds against the who did they just play?
They just played the Broncos.
Denver. Thank you. And not only is he reliable, but he's a good run-blocking wide receiver. He's a great pass catcher. He's real shifty, very agile, and he's got great speed. So look out if Chase Claypool has a great game this week.
Transition to tight ends now. So, Mike, I'll let you start it off first. Who are you looking at tight ends? Who's a sleeper, really?
I'm going to say this, and I'm kicking myself because I didn't play him last week. Mike Gesicki from our boys, from the Miami Dolphins. I'm kicking myself last week because I started Gronk. He got 0 points.
Gronk got nothing.
Gesicki got 27 points. But anyway, off topic.
Don't start Gronk.
No, don't ever start Gronk
Drop
right now.
him. Look at me. Everyone watching, drop him now.
I will. Yeah,
I called it.
I will.
In so many podcasts, I called it. And Higgy thought I was an idiot, and so did Kagan. I said he's not going to be good, especially fantasy-wise. I said he's going to be a blocking tight end. I said he's old and washed up. And I said we don't know what Gronk we're getting. And they said, they're not going to sign him. He looks terrible. His routes are so slow, easy to cover him. Drop him in all fantasy leagues.
I will. But anyway, Mike Gesicki is a really great run-blocking tight end. He's able to get out in the open, whether it's on the flat or post or a deep route, whatever you want. He's got great catching ability, as we saw last week. Fitzpatrick threw a pass behind him, and he was able to go one-handed behind his back.
That was a nice one-handed catch, I'll tell you that much.
Indeed it was. And not only that, but he's able to get good, reliable yardage for you. You don't need 50 or 15, 20 yards every play. Just throw a quick little slant or post route to the tight end. Get yourself 5, 10 yards. That's all you need. So I'm looking at Mike Gesicki, and another tight end I'm looking at this week, Mark Andrews from the Ravens. He'll be playing Monday night at home against the reigning Super Bowl champion, the Kansas City Chiefs. So Mark Andrews, we know, is a great pass catcher. He's a great route runner, another great run blocking tight end. I would not be surprised if Lamar Jackson goes to him and Hollywood Brown this week. So look out for Mike Gesicki and Mark Andrews.
Okay,
Nice.
I see that.
I like that.
What do you guys think, Clown Towns?
Higgy?
Yeah, I like Jonnu Smith with Tennessee. Like, they've been passing to him a lot, and he's been getting a lot of touchdowns recently. I picked him up last week in my league. He got me like 30 points last week. So
I picked up Jordan Reed
Ooh,
because
interesting.
I picked up Jordan Reed last week. I played him because I have Kittle hurt. Got me 27 points. Boom.
Wow.
So I think that's a great pickup as long as Kittle's hurt.
yeah.
That's very interesting. So this is what I had at tight end. I actually have Logan Thomas. I'm still praising him even from last week. I think Logan Thomas, especially playing against Cleveland. If you remember, Mark Andrews went off against Cleveland at the tight end position. So I think Logan Thomas will go off. He's the second targeted in that offense in Washington football team. So I really think Logan Thomas will get you some points. I think he will get you a touchdown this week. So I will trust in Logan Thomas. And another tight end I have interesting is Dallas Goedert. So I really think him, especially with Zach Ertz, especially with the contract talks and everything like that, I think Goddard will be very interesting. The flex. So this is for flex, I really have CeeDee Lamb. I know they're going to target Cooper a lot. I know that's what Seattle's going to try to cover, but I think Lamb will help you out with these games. And then Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is playing against Carolina's defense, and Carolina has let a lot of rushing yards against them, especially with Tampa and the other game with the Raiders. So I really will see that happening. But how about you, Mike?
I'm going to go with two positions. I'm going to go wide receiver and running back. I'm going to go running back first. I'm going to go with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Former national champion this past season at LSU. He's looking like he can be the top rookie running back out of this year's class. So the way I'm looking at Clyde Edwards-Helaire, this kid has talent and he can play. And he'll get 6 yards for you every carry. He can bounce it outside. He can stay inside. He can run. He can catch passes. He can do everything. He's like the perfect backup running back behind he's a starting running back in Kansas City now. But he's the perfect backup for your fantasy team if you don't have him as a starter. But then for wide receiver, I'm actually going to make a bold pick here, and I'm going to go Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown from the Ravens. I have him on my fantasy team. He's actually my flex wide receiver right now. He's a good, reliable route runner. He can make the quick routes. He can make great catches. We saw him do it all the time at Oklahoma when he was playing with Baker Mayfield. We even saw it last season when he was playing with Lamar Jackson for the first time. So I am deeply, deeply impressed by both Edwards-Helaire and Hollywood Brown. So look out for these guys this week, especially since they're going one-on-one.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I got Terry McLaurin. I love Terry McLaurin. I think that everyone was scared of him because he had a bad first week. I think he's going to be a great player, awesome deep threat. I think he should easily be your wide receiver too, but if not, your flex.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Julian Edelman this week. He's a good flex player. He always just gets tons of yards. He's third this year in receiving yards. Cam Newton just likes throwing to him, and Edelman just catches every single ball thrown to him. So, very reliable.
Yeah, great push to the defense. So I want to start this one. I like the tight ends up here. So tight ends defense, since I mentioned so many tight ends here. So I like the tight ends defense against the Vikings. I really think tight ends will go to do very well. And also had the 49ers defense, although they are missing a key players a lot, but I somehow still see 49ers making some good points there as well for defense-wise. But Clown Town shows, what do you think? Who are you trusting on defense?
This week, I got Denver. I think that Denver's obviously got some hurt players, but overall, the defense is still really solid. And they're going to have to step up a lot because no Lock, Sutton's out for the season. So they're really going to rely on their defense to win games, and I think they can easily do it. They got plenty of talent. Higgs?
Yeah, I like the Bills defense this week. They're probably like an underdog against the Rams. The Rams are 2-0. So I think they're gonna put up a really good game and like get a lot of fantasy points and probably win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree right there. Mike, what do you think?
I like Pittsburgh this week, honestly. I think are they at home or on the road? I know they're playing Houston, but I'm not sure if they're at home or they're on the road.
They're on the road, I think, this week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still going to take Pittsburgh's defense as a safety net because they have such strong guys like Bud Dupree, Edmonds, Fitzpatrick, Hayden. They have so much depth at each position. You know, TJ Watt, everybody at every position on that defense is scary, and they're scary good.
Hayden's
So
been
watch out. So watch out if the
good.
Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just saying Hayden's been so good.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So watch out because Deshaun Watson has been the most pressured quarterback in the league for the past, 2 seasons or something like that? So watch out if that defensive line gets through to him. I can definitely see them getting at least like maybe 2-3 sacks, maybe 4 on Deshaun Watson this week.
Especially since Watson's been getting sacked 4 times in the past 2 weeks now. So in total, he's been sacked 8 times. So very interesting note right there. I'm right here. Kickers now. So who I'm going for right here, I like Harrison Butker against the Baltimore Ravens. I feel Butker will get some points, especially. That's going to be a really tight game. It will be either field goal. There's going to be a couple field goals and extra points. And then we got Young-Ho Koo. I really like him for the Falcons. I think Young-Ho Koo will get you some good fantasy points right there with field goals. I would really trust in him. And
That was my –
say it again?
I said that was my pick. He's been so great.
Yeah, that was going to be my pick too. I have him on my fantasy team.
I do too.
Yeah, I got both of you guys. Young-Ho Koo. How about Higgins? Since we already got both of you guys.
What do you got, Higgs?
For kicker, I like Brandon McManus.
Nice.
In Denver, he's gonna be kicking like 60-yard field goals like half the game, like getting a ton of fantasy points.
Trust me, Butker got really clutch. If you had him last week, he came clutch. He had to score 3 times on the field goal, and he still made it. Thrive Vice Fantasy. So what is Thrive Vice Fantasy? So we're gonna go over or under on these 3 players that I've selected to see who is it gonna go over or under. So we're gonna start off with Fournette. Is Fournette gonna have more than 45 yards versus Denver? Over or under? Starting off with Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna second Joe from the Clown Town. I'm gonna say I'm taking the over. I'm gonna say he gets 10 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
All right, Justine, you already know Joe's answer is already over.
Yeah, I was gonna say over too. I think they're gonna run him a lot. They just started to use him a lot last week, and it worked.
I agree there. Over. I was gonna say over too. I was starting to laugh when Joe automatically said over.
Comes out, flows out.
Now this one's gonna be very interesting. Aaron Rodgers now. Will he get more than 2 touchdowns versus Joe's Saints? Over or under? Start off with Joe for this one.
I mean, I want to say under, but definitely going to be over, I think. The 2, I would say 3 would be under. 2's an over. I think he'll get 3 touchdowns. I say he'll get 3. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Saints will definitely pull through and bounce back, as they always do. Everyone kind of forgets. Everyone rules at the Saints the first week they lose, right? Oh, they're done. Breeze sucks. But then they come back and they win and they bounce back like a team like the Packers, who aren't that solid. People forget the Packers are a weak team, a weak, good team. Everyone forgets that. They're a weak, good team. They're a weak, good team.
That's a good point.
That's going to be very interesting.
They're not a strong team. They're not a strong team.
Okay. How about you, Mike?
I'm going to take the over. I'm saying he gets either 3 or 4 touchdowns. As good as that Saints defense is, Joe, I'm sorry, but Rodgers is
I see that, definitely.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is he's been too good for too long to not have a game like we've seen before. So I'm going to say 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I say over here too. He's been very impressive the last 2 weeks. I think he'll do the same thing against the Saints, since the Saints have let up again for Derek Carr to do really good on a Monday Night Football. So I really see Rodgers going good there. I want to hear Higgins. I didn't think we got Higgins. Over under Higgins.
Yeah, he took the over.
Took the over?
That's pretty easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just say, how impressive do the Raiders look through the first two games, though? Am I right?
Very impressive with Carolina.
Very
Especially
impressive.
Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs did pretty good in the run, and then Waller in the second game did pretty well. That's what I take from the Raiders right now. But let me get to my third one now. Calvin Ridley, will he get a touchdown this Sunday? Over or under? Start off with the Clown Towns.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's looking great. Great fantasy guy as well. He's been an animal. I say he gets 2 touchdowns.
Get 2? Okay.
Yeah, I could see 1. I don't see 2. I think they just have too many people to throw to.
Okay, then. Mike?
Sorry, Higgs, but I'm gonna back Joe. I'm gonna say he gets 2 touchdowns in this week.
2? Okay. Okay, we're all going over then. I got him at least a touchdown. At least a touchdown. He'll get you 1 solid touchdown. Julio Jones it's been very inconsistent with the touchdown, so you can't really trust in Julio. So yeah, get Calvin Ridley. Floridian picks. Just explain to the Clown Towns what Floridian picks are. So we just do our selections, three primetime games that we think who should we select, and we're gonna start off with Dallas and Seattle. Two very interesting teams. That's gonna be a good one right there on a 4:25 Eastern time on Fox. So that's gonna be very interesting. So I like Dallas here actually. As much as I want to go for Seattle, I actually like Dallas in this game. I think Dak Prescott is gonna do pretty good in Seattle. I think Dak will win the game for them. That's what I feel, and it's gonna be the final score will be 31-24. That's what I see. I'm gonna give it off to the Clown Towns now because I know they're gonna rebuttal.
Yeah, no, I think the Seahawks are gonna win that game. I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Seahawks are just too good of a team. Like they beat the Patriots, who it'll be close, but I think the Seahawks are gonna win.
I second Higgy. I don't see them letting up too much Dak touchdowns. Their defense is really solid.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson will light it up.
Mike?
Now, while I will say it will be a very close game, and Mom, I'm sorry, I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one, 34-31.
Wow. I'm the only one of them boys this week, I guess.
She's happy. Thank you, Ethan. You made my mom's day.
She's in the background.
Yeah, no, she's over here. She's a big Cowboy fan.
All right. So on my second game, this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be Joe's team here. Packers versus Saints. As you probably already know, Joe's already going for his Saints already. So we already know what his stance of that one is. Let's go to his co-host now, Higgins.
Yeah.
Higgins, what are we seeing here?
I think the Packers win.
What'd you say? What?
Packers win.
What'd you say?
It's just they just did not look good last week.
We always bounce back, man. Here's a stat for you.
Packers,
Here's a stat for you. We haven't been 2-0 in 8 years.
Yeah, we also haven't made the Super Bowl in 8 years.
Yeah, but I mean, we made the playoffs. Like obviously, yeah. Like I'm not worried about it. I don't know, Mike. You know, Miami Dolphins are not good, so I wouldn't be laughing.
No, I'm sorry, but he's just firing shot after shot at you, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, but I think the
I don't think it will be.
Mike?
Joe, I'm sorry. Packers 35-28.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
I got Packers. I really think the Saints did struggle last week, and then the Packers impressive 2 games. So I got Packers. It was going to be a close one. I would say that one, tight one, but I like Packers. As much as Joe wants everybody to say Saints, I actually like Packers.
No, I want everyone to say Packers because everyone doesn't really realize the amount that Breeze can come back. I feel like we're missing. You guys are missing.
You're missing your top wide receiver. Let's put it that way.
We're okay with that.
Wide receiver.
We'll win without him.
Okay. You did it already, so that's a good thing. But then our last one right here, this is a Monday Nighter, Chiefs versus Ravens. So this is very interesting. Now, who I got Ravens actually. As much as I like Patrick Mahomes, I actually got the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson is actually going to get his first win over Mahomes this Monday. But very tight game, going to be a high-scoring one. So I like the Ravens this matchup. Mike, what you think?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be one of the best games this season. I know it's going to be it's pretty early to say that, but it's the top two teams in the league, in my honest opinion. And I'm going to make a bold prediction. In overtime, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will win 45-42 over Kansas City.
Hmm.
I like it. I got the Ravens as well. I think that the Chiefs didn't look good last week. Ravens are pouncing early. Lamar's doing great. I love that they're using Ingram a lot. Their defense is really, really solid still. Not a lot of injuries, knock on wood, in that team yet, so I think they'll pull it off.
Does Baltimore allow fans at their games?
No.
I don't think so.
Not
no.
yet.
No.
Not yet.
I got the Chiefs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like the Chiefs. I
Would you
think
say that?
they're gonna pull it out. Like no fans, so there's really like no advantage to wherever you play. So I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it out.
That's very interesting. So 3 Ravens to 1. Okay. That's very interesting. But thank you guys. Thank you, Clown Town, for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you guys been a little bit out, not there right now, but
We'll be
hope to
back.
see you guys back.
We'll be back.
Trust
We'll
me.
be back. Thanks for bringing us back. This is the spark we needed.
So thank you guys for listening to Ethan and Mike Sports Show, episode 40. I'm your host, Ethan, once again.
and I am Mike. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you all in the next episode. Episode
Episode
41.
Thanks, guys.
41. See you then.